All right, welcome everybody. Who do we have in here? Oh, need to make the chat bigger. Chat bigger, chat bigger. There we go. All right. Who do we have? So, yeah, a little bit of an impromptu stream. Was not planned for. However, I am quite enjoying today's price action. It's quite nice. Had a couple of decent trades already today. So yeah, I thought I would watch the open, which has literally just happened. So here is the open. A little bit of a gap down here on the S&P 500, and we have some quite clear levels to trade off of at the moment. So I will cover the ideas that I had initially. This was from this morning, and this is what I wanted to see, was a move down here, come back up into this gap, order block, liquidity, down, another gap, order block, liquidity together. I'm not going to cover this in too much detail. I will be doing some educational content on this very soon, because this is a very specific strategy that I have been looking at over the past couple of days, have been developing, and I shared this with the crew this morning. But yeah, I thought I will just follow this out of interest as well as anything else really. So this is where we're at. We've already had a couple of decent trades that could have been taken off of this already, basically taking out highs, coming back down. This VWAP's always so annoying, man. It's ridiculous because it starts at the wrong time. So anchored VWAP offering some support. Okay, this VWAP acting as resistance, and then coming down to take out some local lows. I was looking for this to go a little bit deeper. Now we're into the gap and the order block above. And what I ideally am looking to see now is for these highs to get swept and to look for a short position that takes us a little bit lower once again. So this will line up with, hopefully, a gap fill of the ES here, of the S&P here, if this is to get a move up from the ES. Also on Bitcoin, okay, we took a long position, so I shared this on Twitter. So if anyone wants to see my exact position on this, it was 25634, I believe. This basically being, again, taking out local lows. We had some really nice stuff going on with the order flow earlier on. So if I just bring this up, then we'll be able to see basically the exact area in which we went long, which was down here. Now, the reason I was analyzing at the time the USDT perpetual, the inverse perpetual is trading about $15 below at the moment, but I am already in a swing long position on the USDT perpetual on the linear. So I had to take this on the inverse, so $15 lower. Essentially, although my entry is 25,635, it is basically 25,650. Did I say that right? 25,635 is my entry, but that's only because I took it on linear. I was analyzing the USDT pair. Yeah, so we'll watch this, we'll follow it with interest, see what happens, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So who do we have in the chat? We got Killzil, Brito, making lunch. Hopefully you have made your lunch now. Edwin, Maggie CC, Dave is in the house. Elliot, Lucas, another Luke Lucas. Delirium is here. Still long from the trading room, good man. Chris, Mido, Robot, Cons, and the French Bull is here. Awesome. All right, we've got a lot of people already joining us. Hopefully the music volume in the background is okay. It's a little bit more vibey than yesterday's chilled vibes. I wasn't really feeling the market yesterday. I'm feeling it much more today. So happy days. Yeah, as always, if anyone has any questions, Matic as well, welcome. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I will do any charting, anything like that, and yeah, we'll see if we can get some trades whilst we are at it. So ES already dropping. All right, cool. So this is just open. So we're looking for an opening range to form here on the ES. Haven't taken out the London highs yet. Did I go out and touch grass? I certainly did. I'll show you guys the grass touching. Where is it? Here we go. Whoops. There's some nice grass touching for you. Poppy and Luna. Touching some grass. Out in the garden. And then I came back and hit take profit. Go and follow my Twitter if you are not doing so already. So if you are not already following on Twitter, please go and do that. Look, it's kind of pathetic how many followers we have. So I would be very, very happy if we can boost this slightly. Please boost it. Please give some engagement. Give me some lovely stuff. Make me happy. And the happier I am, the more often I will stream and the more often I will do content. Because if people are watching the content, then it gives me a reason to make it. And if people are reacting to the content, then it gives me another reason to make it. All right. What else is going on? So, I mean, if we can come down here and take out this low before getting a bit of a reversal, that'd be great. This is all the same trade, essentially. So we were looking at this as the short position within this area. So there's a strategy here where I'm just using gaps order blocks in correlation with the golden pocket, using the New York session and the London session only. So New York and London session highs and lows is giving a bias for the trade, for the direction of the trade. And this was one of the trades we had set up for this. And then we've got another one. If this is to continue and stop out, then I would be looking at something similar to come back down here. So we'll follow. I'll try and give as much commentary on this as possible as and when it happens. Whatever it does decide to do on the open, we can also go and have a look at the 1 minute time frame and see what's going on over there. So currently just running below that VWAP at the moment. New York Open had a quick move up, but nothing major. Little impulse from earlier on. Retraced. We're still looking for this just to form an opening range here for now. BTC approaching VWAP again, compound. I would never compound a day trade. Yeah, unless it was really, really clear and obvious, I would not compound a day trade. So the reason being for that, all right, you want to get a couple of swings away from where we are because we're only here, okay? Like, we've gone from here to here. So the issue with compounding is an entry that's here, yeah, having taken profit here. Now, if you're to compound that trade here, that makes your average entry around about here. Therefore, you have to raise your stop. And how annoying would it be if price comes down and does this, stops you out, and then reverses? I need to get a couple. It's got to go higher for me to be able to consider compounding this. So what I generally tend to do is go in with slightly higher than the standard, like 1 to 2% risk. Get a quick take profit off of that, which takes me then back down to that standard 1 to 2% risk, and then allow the partials on the way up to the ultimate target. That's just a strategy that I found works better for me. You're adding a little bit more risk on initially, but as I quite often say, you can usually count on at least a reaction from this type of thing. And if you do get the reaction, then you've made money regardless. So, do you use Footprint for the ES? I don't use Footprint. I do use TPO. So I don't know if I can share this on here. Let me just see if I can open up a new screen capture. ES is coming down actually to where we wanted it to go, interestingly enough. This might dox me. Is this gonna work? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, it's gone. No, it's not having it. It's not having it today. So let me just clear that. Well, oh my god, where are we? Because I'm actually looking for to trade this now. Right, cool, there we go. That's where we want the price to go. Ping, done, easy peasy. So now we have, so this was the short position. So where are they? Where are the positions? That one? Done. Next we have long position. Here. So I need to, I've missed it. I fucking missed it. Ah! Right, I'm gonna close my short. I was trying to set up screen share and I've missed the long that I have been waiting for. Let's see if this helps. Nico, why are you saying cyber check? I do not understand. Basically, Polo, I'm using the TPO. I don't use footprint, although I can. I do use the DOM, and I'm doing it on Quantower for the ES at the moment. That is what I have decided I like. I like Quantower to trade the ES, but I've not yet set that up for streams. So until I do set that up for streams, you're just going to have to wait. Ah, cool. Okay, we're back down here. What is Bitcoin doing? I am all over the place with multiple screens open right now. Bitcoin's doing nothing. Good. Good. That makes it a little bit easier because, yep, Bitcoin is indeed doing nothing. Anyway, we're back down here, so I'm going for it. If this stops me out like a little shit, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. Bear with me, please, because I am trading this. And it's all using the exact same screen space. So, yeah. Oh, fuck. Man! I went in with one lot size instead of 10. I was supposed to go in with 10 lots. That's fine. Okay, I've got one lot trade open. All right, I'm currently This is just proof. Okay, I'm currently... No, I went in with the right amount of lots. It's absolutely fine. I did it in 2 parts. So let me bring this up. This is bad. I can't trade on the screen that I'm using, but there is your evidence, okay? I am currently $1,000 in profit. Okay, cool. Evidence of me taking the trade. There you go. Happy days. I'm going to reduce size on that quite quickly because I cannot handle the speed that this is going at right now. And I also cannot see everything at the same time. So this here shows you... Oh, fuck. Look at that. That's exactly... Exactly $1,000 in profit. And there's my entry. All right. And that was off of a scalp long from this low that was planned this morning after having already planned for the short position. Is this making sense, or am I just waffling because I'm trying to trade literally lots of thousands of dollars worth of position size right now and talk at the same time, which is causing me quite a lot of anxiety. I have taken profit. All right, I'm just going to place an alert down here in case this goes and stops me out because I've got a hard stop. And if we come up here, I've already got an alert, so that will make me very happy because that is already there. Let's move back over onto Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is up to. Again, nothing. Right, back to standard stuff. Please don't dump. Everyone's silent in the chat. Say something in the chat, because otherwise I will just continue to trade this as anything. Okay, so Bitcoin, what I'm looking at basically is this, yeah? So this is the trade. And this isn't something I would often take, because I usually prefer to open positions where there is liquidity. And I opened when there was an internal low. Okay, so we hadn't yet, there's no change in market structure. There was nothing necessarily telling us that this was going to be a like really, really solid trade at the time. It wasn't until we actually came down here and we watched the order flow and we were reading what was going on here that we then started to have some confidence that this could in fact work. So what we'd had from the week so far, you're getting YouTube errors. YouTube stream seems okay. It seems healthy enough. I've seen that there's a few people that have dropped off. But yeah. Right, brain. Engage brain for more stuff. So earlier on, okay, this was from our weekly open. The chat had errors. Okay, fine. I've gone over this for the guys in the crew, but we had this over the weekend uptrend, right? High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, lower high. We broke that, and that was at our weekly open, and we've since had this retrace down. Now, the confluence that we've got for this is, once again, golden pocket down here, and also we took some liquidity at these lows that came into what was the order block that was at the bottom of this particular low here. So that gave us a decent low, and that was like early hours of this morning. Now, up until that point, we'd just been in this downtrend. So this was yesterday. So all of you guys that were on bank holiday, all of that kind of thing, we were in this downtrend. And we were just going from high. This one is where you broke that market structure. So taking out this low, coming down here, I took a scalp long off of this one. And then we had an immediate move up into that 30-minute order block. Then you move this down, you have another 30-minute order block that forms here. What happens? Price takes out the low, bounces back into that one. Then you come down further, price, there's an order block here, price takes out the low, and then you come into this one. So you could have been trading this if you were just a one-trick pony that likes to just trade off of just this like type of thing and just continue the trend until the trend ends. If you were that kind of trader, then you would have been short here looking for these lows to be taken. However, we are more clever than that. We are more clever than the one-trick ponies because we had identified already that not only was this going on, we had divergence on the RSI, we had the 4-hour on EXO over here. If we are going to have a look at this, this was giving us some indications that short positions were getting a little bit greedy at this stage and probably still are a little bit greedy. So short positions are in a little bit of risk of getting trapped here. And we had some further divergence, single candle delta divergence that was forming on these lows. So I went over that in very lots of detail in our trading room as we were looking to take this trade. So, fast forwarding on a little bit, that is why that gave us the confidence to then enter a long position here, despite the fact that if you are a one-trick pony and you're just trading off of this, then you would have been expecting lower, all right? And now you can almost anticipate this by saying, okay, this is going to create an internal low and we're going to start to break higher at this stage by everything that was going on the higher time frames, then trumping, beating, something along, whatever the word would be for it. You have the higher time frames becoming more important than what the lower time frames are telling you. We've now hit take profit, so we had a very quick take profit off of this. This was basically as we just bounced up into here, because at this stage we weren't aware. Once again, like I say, you can count on the reaction, which is what we got, but whilst it's internal, you can't count necessarily on continuation. So there was a quick take profit from this, a little bit of chopping around, and then finally coming up to what was my main take profit, which was to take out the prior high and to then get that like market structure kind of shifting back in a more bullish direction. So yeah, that was the trade. If we go back over onto ES, I haven't had any alerts going off yet, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay. That's actually hit the exact point in which this I would have liked to have entered previously. So let's see how this goes. This is the ES. So what we have as confluence here is, all right, London session. Okay, you have internal lows taken out from this. But for myself, I was looking for, this is on the 15-minute time frame, in fact. So 15-minute time frame, OB down the bottom, liquidity within there. And that is the reason why I took a long on the ES. Is this making sense to everyone, or am I talking way too quickly because I'm trying to trade this at the same time? Birmingham City Council rec, yeah. DXY needs to dump for Bitcoin. Yeah, I've had errors on Chrome and Brave. Works perfect on Edge. All YouTube videos. Please suggest my Cybercoin long position. No. Check net longs. There's nearly none. Interesting. I'll have a look at that in a second. So you can tell So you can tell the greediness via the open interest getting bigger, but not being reflected in price movement. Yes. Yeah. So what I'm looking at for, like, you want to see some kind of extreme with either price, open interest, delta, like either big moves up in open interest or big moves down. Okay, so often what you'll see, right, is if you get something, so let's say you have a range, okay, you've got open interest that's just chilling out, and then you suddenly have a big drop and the open interest is like here, just stable, and then open interest drops at the same time. Now that can indicate that you've like hit a lot of liquidations, you are looking at a reversal from that. In the same way, if you're in this sort of trend, right, and then you start to hold, and then you have open interest that's like, okay, stable, 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 as just traders are getting into the same position, and then you start to get a rise in open interest, that often to me will be like, okay, cool, well, this downtrend has basically lost the momentum. You're starting to get traders that are maybe caught onto the wrong side of this, and therefore you can be aiming for a reversal. So that's a very generalized case of what I quite like to see. So we had, with Bitcoin at least, we had the downtrend. Okay, we had, I don't know if there's like a decent open interest indicator on here. Let's look at this one. No. But right, I'll show you on XO. You had the downtrend. Okay, is this clear? Open interest remaining relatively stable until you hit a low into like support, what we would consider support. So you got that trend. As soon as you start to go sideways out of that trend, right, you start to break that, and you're no longer in that downtrend, and then you get this rise in open interest. That's what I'm often looking to see, because you're basically at that stage, it's going to go one of two ways. You're either just going to completely just wipe and then really accelerate down, or you're likely to reverse. And again, that's kind of what I was looking for from earlier on. Now we haven't reversed yet. We had the long position, and that's hit where I wanted to take profit. So this is by no means a reversal yet, but that is sometimes what I would like to see. So you get like, where was it here as well? Okay, you get an increase in open interest over here. It's not too much. I'll find a good example of it. This was a big just move up on its own. I can't see anything else, but yeah, interesting. Edwin Burke, have you not been listening? Yes, I'm making sense, though talking about it in retrospect is always more logical than looking at it in real time and considering the hundreds of possibilities. Yeah, obviously, because it has already happened. But I was talking about this before it happened this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning when I gave my update to the crew saying this is likely what's going to happen. Then I traded it live with the crew. So we had however many people are in the crew there watching it as we traded it live. I've posted on Twitter the exact position live, and now I'm explaining to you in hindsight because I've already traded it and it has happened. Yeah, so there's no hindsight here. I'm not going to talk about the fact that, oh look, I took a trade here. If I didn't take a trade, I'm not going to talk about it. But obviously if something has happened and I have traded it, then I will try and explain in the clearest way possible to help you guys how I traded it, what my thought process was as I was going through it, so that then if you see something similar happening in the future, then you can actually act on that rather than rather than missing out. I know, I'm just like, okay, thanks. I maybe misunderstood. I know, Edwin, you're a legend as well. Thank you. I missed who it was that was saying that. I know, yeah. Come on, ES, do something. So we're still just trying to hold here. I am very glad that I did take profit already. Ultimately, what I would really like to see is that's what I want. Ping, ping. Because I do think the ES is going lower eventually. OBV 15 looking bearish. I mean, yeah, prices. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm fairly chill. I've already hit take profit. If I get stopped, I've still made money on both instances. Like, what do you care about more? And this is actually something interesting. And this goes to, yeah, so a couple of, what am I trying to say? This is just random, like nothing necessarily that anyone said. But I had a thought earlier, like, there's times sometimes, especially when I'm trading this and when I'm doing the analysis, okay, that it's quite easy to get caught up and to maybe wrongly stick to a bias that might, because you don't know what the market's going to do. Like, we have no idea what the market is going to do. The market does not give a shit that I have taken a long position. The market does not care. It like will do what it wants to do, and all we can do as traders is try and extract the best, like, what we can from the market at any given time. Now, I see so many traders that are like, oh, but it did this, but it did that, and like, oh, your idea didn't work out, like that whole trade didn't play out exactly as you expected it to, so therefore you must be wrong. Or like you have a differing opinion, which is absolutely fine. For everyone's, this is the reason the market is moving, okay? There are people shorting this right now, which is why it's still at the lows. And they might end up being the ones that end up taking this. Now, that's just not my own plan. My plan is to go for a long position and try and actually get this reversal underway. Just temporarily. I do think that we're dropping lower towards the end of the week. Maybe we go into a midweek reversal because we've already missed a day of trading. There was a pullback on Bitcoin earlier, so it would be nice if this can just float up before we get a bit more of a pullback later on in the week. But yeah, so many people, I see this so often. I see it a lot on like Twitter, and I see it a lot with people who are less experienced. It's like, do you care more about being right or making money? Because the only aim here is to make money. And I've already made money. So even if I'm wrong on this idea, I've already made money. And therefore, I'm right. Because I've made money. And the aim of the game is to make money. So if this goes and stops me out now, fine. And with the Bitcoin trade, if this then comes down, stops me out at break even down here, I've already taken profit. So I've already got that take profit one locked in. I've made money, so I win. Even if I don't win, I win. And this is another problem that so many traders have, is if you don't make money, and let's say you get stopped out here and then it does this, and you haven't locked in profits, you can be right on the idea and then wrong on the execution, and then you've lost. Because even though you had the right idea, you fucked up the execution, and therefore you're a loser. Which again is something I do quite often. Sometimes. I'm not a winner all the time. Sometimes I'm a loser. Sometimes I have the right idea and I completely fuck up the execution of it. And then I get really annoyed with myself. Let's have a look at the DXY. Again, this is kind of chill, right? Like, you have a rejection, DXY. All right, if you're trading this as normal market structure, yeah, you got low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, break, coming back in, filling this. You could then be looking for some continuation down. The DXY is not looking too scary right now. Euro's at support. I didn't even notice this. I joined this line ages ago. Ages ago. And we're there, right? So this is where I would imagine Euro is going to get a little bit of a bounce. One would hope, if it's not completely wrecked, you would hope that the Euro will get a little bit of a bounce here. This is, oh no, this was yesterday I drew this on, wasn't it? I think, because we were like here. So yesterday's stream, like, okay, that's the only place I'd be interested in looking at the Euro. And then we were just watching how it like front runs these lows all the time. But it hasn't front run these lows on this occasion, so interesting. This DXY movement is really pissing you off. Why? Why is it pissing you off? It looks kind of normal to me. Because Bitcoin... Look, the thing is, DXY has been pumping all morning. And Bitcoin hasn't been affected by it. So... yeah? When did DXY start pumping? So this was at 5 a.m. this morning, UTC. So DXY started pumping about 5 a.m. this morning, UTC. Bitcoin, since 5 a.m. this morning, UTC, is up. So it's not that bad, really. I mean, if DXY continues pumping, then wrecked, but how's ES going on? Still just chilling here. Still just chilling. Do I add more size? Do I be like really... do I be a proper degenerate here and add some more size? No, I don't want to. That's too scary. Maybe I do want to. I'm asking for trouble as soon as I start to... because I've already hit take profit. Go back in with the same size, and then if I do get stopped out, then I make an like... Risky. Long BTC from 25,350. 25,350. Why? But how's that relevant? I mean, I'm also long from the lows we've put, like lows of this range, but I don't think that's necessarily relevant for this session. For all I know, you could have been long from like 20, 25, like actually this is the case for me. I am long from 25,350, had this move. Sold it all, but then yeah, back in. You're long for 25,350 from the recent, like, oh, this one, okay. This one, yeah? This one. That's cool. That is fine. ES is recovering quite nicely here. It's giving you so many opportunities to enter, like, just risk management. So easy to manage. Like, how much time is it spent down here? Where you just have time to calculate how much risk you want to go in with. You calculate where you want to take profit from this. You calculate where you want it to go. And if you win the amount that you want to win. If you lose, you've lost the amount that you're prepared to lose. Very similar to earlier on, this being, and again, I can show this exact position has been here since like 9 o'clock this morning. Lose the text on here because it's annoying just seeing the text all the time. I just did this for when we were doing trading room earlier. There we go, that's better. Why do I keep hearing like noises in the background? Robot, you made a plan, stick with the plan. Absolutely. I'm going to pour myself a glass of water. Nice lemony water. Look at all the lemons. Don't lemon water in my lemony juice. Want to elaborate on high time frame BTC? Do I? Do I want to elaborate on high time frame BTC? Sorry. I covered this morning in the trading room as well because I had a similar question. And my answer to that was like, no. Because I don't really care. I think this is like just the repeated answer. I just don't care at all about high time frame Bitcoin right now. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. I have two levels that I'm looking at. If it goes down, 23k. If it goes up, 36k. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh my god. I was wondering why I keep hearing noises in the background, and it is because this video is still playing with sound on. So every time I hear that going in the background as the dogs are shaking their head. Stop that. I was getting so confused. I was like, what is that noise? What is going on? I was so confused. Oh, look, someone else has followed. Thank you for the follower. If that was legit, if someone has... Oh, no, yeah, they have followed. I've got, like, more notifications there now. Yay! Thank you for following, everybody. Also, if you are new here, if there is anyone new who would like to learn more about the type of trading we do, learn more about the community, please do go and visit toroscrypto.com. If you do go and visit Toros Crypto right now, it will tell me on my phone, so I can see how many of you right now are visiting the website. So go and visit the website now if you're interested, even if you're not. Actually, no, only if you're interested, because I don't want to just get a load of notifications and get excited for no reason. But go and visit toroscrypto.com. And if you would like to learn more about the crew, which is where we took the first long trade that we had earlier on, then you can click over here, click join the crew, and you can pay via card payment or crypto payment. It's only $99 a month. I think that is incredibly cheap considering that we do live trading on a daily basis. We've got tons of educational content. It's myself, we've got other coaches there. We've got a whole community that is sharing ideas. And I would like to think that everyone is making way more than $99 a month in profit by being a part of the community. So hands up, who here is making more than $99 a month by being in the crew. And if you think that it is worth the money, if you think it's not worth the money, then fuck off. But if you do, if you think it's worth the money, then tell everyone in the chat who may be considering joining. That's my public shill for today over, because man is trying to run a business here and I absolutely suck at marketing. So if you want this community to survive, then we do need people to sign up. Otherwise, wrecked. If no one's if no one's joining the crew, then there ain't going to be no live streams. Simple. No one's looking at the website. This is making me sad. Have I actually turned notifications off? No, I haven't. No one's on the website. You guys suck, and no one's even commenting. Is this stream even working? Okay, it's my notifications aren't working. Fair enough. Does anyone want to look at some altcoins or anything like that? Lots of daily updates and content. Yes, best time to get in the crew into Taurus Crypto is before the next bull run. Get the basics down and be ready when the big money starts to roll into the space again. Absolutely. What you do not want to be doing when the next bull run comes around is to be unprepared. And then if you've been losing money through the whole bear market, you don't want to then continue to lose money in the bull market because you're unprepared and you don't know what you're doing. That would suck. You've been waiting for 4 years for the next bull market to happen. Well, not really. 2 years. And then if you still don't know how to trade, like, silly. Let's look at some alts. Throw some alts my way. What's this thing going up like crazy? Anything we can short? Any like fadeable altcoins that we can look at? Ooh. Oh man. That was so easy. Missed it. That is very true. Like we can't guarantee that you're going to make more money than the cost of the membership, but every single person, there is not a single trader ever, if there is, like, I do not know the person. I have never heard of a single trader in my entire life that has not lost a lot of money before making a lot of money. You have to go through it. It is part of the process. Do not be afraid. And this is another thing, like I say, like, you're essentially, if you want to become a doctor or something like that, you're going to go through 7, 8, 9 years, maybe at least, of very expensive education before you can actually get your scalpel out and cut somebody open, right? And to, like, that's if you're a surgeon, not if you're a doctor. You don't want to be doing that if you're a doctor, but if you're a surgeon, right? Now, if you're trading, why would anyone realistically get, like, the idea out of your mind? If you have come into this space thinking, oh, cool, I can become profitable in 2 months if I just copy what this guy's doing, or if I just watch some educational content and it's all going to magically make sense to me, like, get your head screwed on, because it's not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen. You are not going to become profitable that quickly. You are going to have to go through the process of losing in order to start to win. But the sooner you start, the quicker you can start to win, right? The best time to start trading, the very best time, the best day of your life to start trading or to start learning was the day you were born. But if you didn't do that, then the next best day is today. So today is the day that you make a good decision and you put the work in and you start to work at those goals that you have, whether that is in trading or anything else. If you've been putting shit off, I've been putting shit off. I have a whole course. Like, I literally have a course of about 100 videos that I've written and I want to start releasing. And I put off day after day after day actually like recording this content so that I can put it out there. So I need to listen to my own advice because I want to, I find I get like, I find that I just get distracted by actually trading. So I need to sit down and I need to listen to my own advice and to properly do this whole thing. And this is going to be like beginners to advanced. And I've had some meetings about it this week. I've been speaking to some people about it this week. It's all there. It's all written up. There is a whole structure in place. I just need to get off my ass and actually put in the fucking work to record this stuff for you guys. So that's my promise to you. There is a lot of educational content coming. It is planned and prepared. I just haven't got around to doing it yet because I keep putting it off in the same way that you guys keep putting off like learning how to trade properly. Anyway, why am I looking at this shitcoin? Let's go back to Bitcoin, which is also a bit of a shitcoin. Ooh, my light. Sophie, you like how honest I am. Thank you. I do try to be. I do try and be as transparent as possible. Oh my God. Come on, ES. Get a bounce. Like a proper bounce. Hunko Jack, what's your personal hit rate on TradFi and crypto markets? So, exact figures are, it really depends on the setup, okay, and depending on what I'm journaling and what I'm using, because I don't journal all of the trades that I do on like a daily basis. Like, let's say, for example, I just take a scalp off of liquidity or I take a scalp off of a VWAP. I'm not going to journal that every time. I have a very high win rate for take profit one because I'm quite risk averse when it comes to trading. And I repeat this every single time I take a trade. I can always count on a reaction. If we take a low, I can be very confident that I'm at least going to be able to get a first take profit off of that. And I have ways in which I take profit. Now, trades hitting the full extent of what I had initially planned, much less. But that doesn't necessarily matter because if I'm hitting take profit one, even if I'm getting stopped out, I'm still making a bit of money. So the amount of trades that I make some money off of is like really quite high. But the amount of trades that I see through until the end, I'm only running about like 30%. And that I don't have exact figures, but that's like, yeah, probably about that. But overall, like, yeah, I think that's probably the best answer I can give for that. And these okay, so average risk to reward on trades. Often by the time I've just got my take profit one, I'm not even at a 1R. Right? But I'm winning the majority of them. So I have high I work on high risk to reward setups, but often by the time I've got out of them, I haven't seen through the entire trade because I'm just banking. the money. I'm like bank. That's the way that I like to trade. So earlier on, you saw the reaction on the ES, and I'd taken profit on that already. Now I'm not acting again on this. If I see the trade through the whole way, then for the journal that says a win. So it's kind of weird, right? It is discrepancies between like what the percentage that you're making profit and the percentage you're making money in comparison to the percentage of trades that would be technical winners. And it's difficult. This is why I often I will journal. Like I'm journaling these type of setups because this is something that's fairly, like, I haven't been trading the ES for very long. So I'm journaling these, I'm back testing it, I'm forward testing it, I'm real time testing it, I'm doing all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, with other stuff it's so yeah, some things I don't necessarily journal anymore. The most important thing is the equity curve over time, right? So as long as you're making consistent money, that's the most important thing, and that's the equity curve over time. So maybe that's something that I can throw up on the screen and to show. So this is the issue that we had from earlier on, okay? So Bitcoin coming back down towards these lows, having taken out those highs earlier. And this is the issue that you get when you want to compound. So I mentioned this, how, I can't remember who it was that said anything, but let's say you're long here, you've taken profit here. If you then start to compound here, you've now been stopped out. And that would suck, right? Especially if we are to do this, which is a scenario that we spoke about, and then we get another bounce here. So that would suck. We don't want that to happen. This is why I generally will not compound day trades. So yeah. I know, yeah. I know I want to put this out. I reckon what I can aim to do, what I want to do basically is put up I want to get the whole, or a significant portion of the course, like done, written, recorded properly, upload that so that the crew can have it. And then what I'll try and do is like upload one of those videos per week as like a YouTube video. So make it public. So I'll upload a whole batch. So anyone who's in the crew can, if you want to see the whole course, you'll be able to do all of that. And then gradually it will become available for free. Because that essentially is, like, I want to help I want to help as many people as possible, and I want to engage with as many people as possible when it comes to trading and stuff. And then the whole crew idea is for people that want to fast track that process. Like this is like like with anything in life. I'm really just rambling and talking about stuff because we're just waiting for price to do its thing. But this is like with anything with life, right? And anything you're learning, you're either learning with time or with money on a lot of things. And the crew is to fast track something that you would be able to do if you had enough time to do it. So I fully, and this is why I love doing live streams and things like that, is because I want to be able to offer my own thoughts without expecting anything in return. However, for the time that I put in, or if anyone's looking to speed up the time by having more of me and Randall and French Ball and P and all the other people that are in the crew who are giving educational content and who are providing stuff, then that's the worth that there is there by trading as part of a community. You can greatly reduce the amount of time it takes for you to become like more profitable as a trader. Does that make sense? like I used to have this thought process as well, like I wouldn't pay anyone to, like if there was something I didn't know, like marketing for instance, or doing this kind of thing, I'd be like, oh yeah, I can just do it myself. But the longer this has gone on, and the longer it happens that we're like still a relatively small community, the more I realize, shit, I need to start paying someone for this because I just don't understand it. I do not have enough hours in the day to learn that whole skill myself and to spend years doing it, because if I was to do that, and by the time I figure it out, like I've neglected so many other things in my life that it's just like pointless. So what I need to do and what I've been learning recently is like actually getting someone to teach me this stuff. So I've been learning about how to get leads, how to market stuff by people that understand this stuff. Haven't been implementing it so far yet because I prefer trading. But I've been learning about that kind of stuff, and also like I've been on a big like fitness, nutrition, just making myself, like making my own life better type of thing, and I was shit at that. Like I wasn't like, yeah, I'm much healthier, and then having someone that like gives you that kind of accountability as well has been really useful. So they're two things that I've been like paying someone for that. So I have my own mentors, and they've made a big difference to like what I do in general. But yeah, anyway, that's sidetracked again. What is going on here? Come on. Oh, this fucking ES hit the VWAP and it's just pissing about here. Jeez. Just make up your mind. Have a look at the order flow. Let's go over onto EXO. That's the wrong screen. That is the right screen. What is happening over here? Yeah. Yeah, daily value area low. Indeed. It's VWAP that did it. It looks like. This is on the ES, by the way. It looks like VWAP was the big problem. There it is. It didn't like that at all, did it? It was not very happy with that. So we got to get through that in order to be looking for higher prices. Take previous week low, yeah? Those Friday lows. The problem with that, and I did mention this earlier, as soon as you start to take out those, that's difficult to trade because you're knife catching and things can really start to accelerate bad. If we start taking out previous week lows, then you've got the lows from the week before that are also there. And then you're looking at spot basically coming down and really giving people a hard time. So if this is to continue lower, I am not going to be very confident in taking a long position. Now this is not to say that it won't happen, and not to say that we can't do that, but if we do come and take out that previous week low, that Friday, then I would you're then going to take out the low from the week before. And then what happens when you're looking at spot price, okay, that low starts to become an issue. Then you're losing this VWAP at that stage, and then we are looking at that situation where we can be going down towards 23k very quickly. So that becomes very tricky to take out those lows. So if it happens, cool. But if that does happen and we do take out previous week lows, at that stage I would rather be flat on the market and just see what happens, because I don't want to be catching that knife. Like that, I have no interest in trying to catch that knife if we do start to drop a little bit more significantly here, and if this does start to get more aggressive. Same with the ES. Okay, I'm still very, very confident that the ES is coming like way back down here. Now, all I wanted to happen today, and this is like to actually get this trade, is to do that and then to do that. Okay, I still think we're going lower when we look at the higher time frames. However, for today, there was the opportunity to go long because that's what the trade that was presented to us was. And we're still there. Like, we still haven't been invalidated on this idea at all, so... The only thing that's in our way right now is that fucking VWAP, man. That pesky little VWAP. Does DXY look top to you? Yeah, it could be. This is like, it's just simple, right? Maybe not. You never know what's going to happen. But simply, if we're just looking at market structure and nothing else, then you can short this. Or if it was like an asset that you would trade, you can look for that. Okay, like I've covered this already. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, then you break. Okay, you're coming back in, you're filling this. Yeah, and then you look for continuation lower. And look, the thing about this one as well is this is like, if this was ES, if this was Bitcoin, I would probably attempt to short here, because you've got an invalidation there, right? You've got to take profit there. And that's like 6.5 R. So you can lose like 5 times out of 10. That trade can lose, and over time you'll still make money from it. Because we've seen so many occasions where price will come up, do this double top thing. It's like Adam and Eve thing, yeah? You do that, and then you get continuation down. So, yeah, maybe it comes and takes the highs again. Maybe it continues higher, but 1 time out of 5 to make it profitable over time. If you've got that kind of risk to reward, I would say that that's relatively decent. Euro is at the support that we'd identified. So yeah, there's a relatively okay chance that that this is topped out. Now look, here's an example on the US, on the dollar yen, that didn't play out. Yeah. So here's an example that didn't work, and this is why, like, you never quite know. Like low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. You break here, okay? You take out that. Yeah, you never really got any closes below that, so probably not valid. But you could have shorted this. Could have looked to short that. Yeah, you have a bit of a reaction initially, but then you break through and you get stopped. But that's not particularly clean. That's a bit of a messy, scrappy, shitty little chart. Just like a shakeout. Yeah, you're never really getting any consolidation below a previous low. How's the Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq's stronger. Quite good strength from the Nasdaq, right? It's working through that VWAP. Look at these standard deviation bands as well, man. So nice. Right. I think I've lost my brain power now. David, do you count Wix as market structure change? Not really. I want to see like actually price spending time below a level. So yeah, it's kind of difficult because like let's look at this for an example. What was it on? USD JPY, right? It was this one. Was it this one? Was it this one? I can't remember. What was it? This one. Fuck, what was it? Yeah, this one. Right. So this is a 5-minute time frame. What never had any closes below on a 5-minute time frame? Almost inevitably, if you're trading the 1-minute time frame, you had plenty, right? You had more than enough. So what I tend to prefer to see is, let's say you've got this uptrend and then you break. I want to use that, and what I want to see is time spent below like that. So if it's doing that, then fine, I can consider that lost, and then I'd be looking for like, okay, maybe you've got like a block up here, and then you can aim for that as a short, like similar to what we've got on the DXY. But when you have like a situation like where it's maybe doing this, and yeah, you've got closes there, but you're just like pissing about at that level, like not really doing anything. It's like, oh, have you lost it? Have you not? Like, what's going on? Then, yeah, I wouldn't be able to trade that. DXY broke the high. I'm going to look at the euro first before I look at the DXY. Okay, yeah, cool. And then you look at the ES. Good job, I'm not trading the DXY, right? Does this have volume? Yeah. I'm allowed to like draw this range so that. Oops. What do we have here? Because for those of you who do not know, the DXY is essentially just the euro dollar. It is just, that's what it is. Like pretty much the entire like dollar index is just the euro dollar in like reverse. So because you can trade this a bit more, and this is the one that's often more technical than what the DXY itself is doing. So we've got this weekly level down here as well, which could be interesting. Daily levels just below that. Monthly levels just below that. There's a cluster, right? We've got a cluster of this support. All of these things here, so not looking great. But Bitcoin and ES is still holding, so it's not the end of the world, is it? Did Acro invent a cure for cancer? Yeah, I saw this. I saw Acro was pumping yesterday. Is it still going? No, not really. Yeah, fair enough. There's big old head and shoulder type thing. Take Doge. Doggy, Dogecoin. What do you want me to do? Like, why am I checking this? It's not doing anything, it's flat. I don't trade Doge unless there's like a shit ton of volume in it. I always hold it. I have a spot bag at all times. It's just a no-brainer to hold a spot bag of this, but I don't trade this unless it's like crazy high volume. BNB, no thanks. I'm done here. I'm done. I've not got the brain power anymore anyway. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, I think that's enough. Look, we'll see what happens with these. We'll see it through. Same idea. I made money. You saw my $1,000 profit. It's in the bank. Happy days. That'll pay for a nice I don't know, what do I want to buy? I'll pay for me to buy some like speculative shitcoins, which is very nice. This is actually I'm just watching this. I want to say buy, but yeah. No, I'm going to say bye. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye.